Namaste. Yeah, I know you want me to go away. Right? You want me to go away. I just wanted to look at this action. Whoop. Just going, I went for a little walk, but then I had mail, so I needed to go get my mail, bring it in the house, and I needed to use the bathroom, so I left my car like a couple of blocks away. Not really a couple, maybe one. So now I'm just going over to pick it up. So I figured, why not just hop on, talk about energy. I was gonna go get a cappuccino. I was gonna drive to get a cappuccino and use my gift card from Thomas that he gave me when I went on my trip to New York, Pennsylvania. But when I was pulling out, my car sounded weird. Then I had a flash that nobody's home with the dog, and Devin's on his trip. So if I got stuck or broke down and Connor's at work, so literally nobody could be there to help me with the dog or help me with the car. So I said, you know what? It's probably just me being paranoid as usual, but I don't like leaving the chance in it. Like I said, I can go home, make my own coffee. And that's what I'm going to do. So I tried to do the opposite of what I did yesterday. So yesterday, the only really focused thing I did, I did two focused things. I made a bag for each person that I'm giving to, like a bag for Devin, a bag for Connor, a bag for Warren, a bag for Thomas, and I put their presents. Then I have other bags I still have another bag in the car, maybe more than that. Yeah, I have more than that. I don't know, I'm going on another walk, I guess, but that's good because I feel better when I go for a walk. Hi. I wanted to ask you a question. I wanted to ask you something. I ran out of space in my garbage can. Is it all right if I put a bag or two in yours?
Fill mine up.
Are you sure?
Yeah, anytime
Oh,
you want.
thank you. I was like, he's gonna see this bag and he's gonna be mad.
Never
Oh,
eat
thank
max.
you. I appreciate it.
Because I think
Good.
one at a time for two, I might toss one in here.
Oh, if you could fit it, go for it.
Good to see you, Kathy.
Take care. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask my neighbor if it was okay, because I have a lot of garbage, and both garbage cans are totally full, and I still have to put more garbage out. I like that tree in the background. It looks creepy. Anyway, so he said nice. He's a real nice catch. He has a great job in the hospital. I think he's a radiologist. He has his own home since he's about 24, like my son. He is, he's handsome guy, very fit, and he's a nice catch for somebody. I wanted him for my stepdaughter, but she has a boyfriend. Actually, same name as my neighbor. Anyway, if I had any friends in Texas that needed a boyfriend, he's a really nice guy. Anyway, I can honestly say I feel very safe with him because I know his name, okay? And like I could knock on his door if I had a problem. So happy to say. And we have a present for him, so probably would be a good time to give it to him. Tomorrow, me and Devin are gonna go. We gave a present to the chiropractor. I gave a present to the chiropractor. I wasn't there. Devin dropped it off, and the girl at the front desk started crying. It was a box of candy. I don't even know if there was a card. She started crying. He goes, "What's the matter? Are you upset about something?" She goes, "It's just that nobody ever does that." He goes, "What are you talking about?" What are you talking about, Willis? She goes, "Nobody ever gives us any kind of present." I thought that was so friggin' strange. Anyway, we're dropping one off at the vet. Last year, it's a little bit less this year for the vet, only because I had to downsize somehow. But last year, I got a metal bucket. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but I got a metal bucket, and I put red wine, bottle of red, bottle of white, cookies, Christmas candy, hand mittens that had dogs on it, towels that had dogs on it, cats, dogs and cats. We appreciate them because they took care of Cleo, Meadow, did several operations on Cleo, Meadow, and Nana. Several operations. Took care of Raven, our cat, that lived to age 19, and Ripples lived to age 17. Those two cats. So that's a lot of animals after being here 8 years. So let's see how many animals. So that's, Meadow died first at age 9, 10, or 11. I'm sorry, I don't know her exact age. So it was Meadow, then Ripples, and then Raven, then, so that's 3, and then Nana, and then Cleo, so that's 5. So we're down to Pickles the rabbit, indestructible rabbit. We don't even know how old Pickles is. And Casper. But last night, one of my dreams when I wasn't having a nightmare, last night wasn't too bad with the nightmares because I was up to like 3. And I did a lot of prayers during that video I did. Anyway, so what was I going to say? Oh, yeah, last night wasn't bad. Let me just take a little walk down this avenue, which I don't really like to walk on because there's no sidewalks. Anyway, so my dream was, and I usually never remember anything except like the nightmare, and then this was a happy dream. I saw Casper. I always say Cleo. I saw Casper, and he was just there. I was petting his head. Last night he fell asleep for like a couple of hours on the couch, right like in between my arm and my leg. He takes up the whole ottoman, but that's okay. Anyhow, so I see him, I pet him, but then I look down, and in my arms, I'm holding my arms like a baby. I look down, and it's a little black dog. It didn't look like a bulldog. It kind of looked like a French bulldog, or in that family. And I looked up at Casper to see if he was jealous or mad, and he didn't seem mad. He's spoiled. He got 3 toys today. I don't understand why I gave him 3 toys, but when I was making the bags up, Casper had the biggest bag of gifts, and that's only that I know about. Devin has his own gifts. I have a stocking for Casper that has all toys in it. I have a stocking I just had all these Christmas type of things, so I decided, let me give him something today. And then he tore it up record time, and it was really a sturdy thing, but he tore it up. Ooh, house for sale. Let's go check out this house for sale for Crystal Medicine. She might be moving to Texas. I hope. That would be a dream come true. Let's see, let me show you guys. I know I'm talking all over the place, but don't worry about it. Okay, is this even a house for sale? Hallie's Homes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hallie's Home. Yeah, I think somebody's in there though, because I see a light on. But let me just take a screenshot of this, like I actually know how to screenshot. This is literally a couple of blocks away from my house. So this is a nice house. I bet you it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Let's look in the back. A lot of trees. Nice backyard. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'll look it up. I don't even know what street I'm on, to tell you the truth. Anyway, that's a pretty house. I'll find out for you. Hallie's Homes. Okay. I'll find out. Oh my gosh. The tree just knocked my headband off. The tree literally knocked my headband off. Does that mean I should walk home? I didn't get my neighbor on the camera, because I'm sure he doesn't want to be on the camera. Anyway, he looked like he just wanted to get, because I was like, wait, can I ask you a question? Crazy lady, gypsy looking lady coming towards him. Anyway, yeah, so I made these bags up, and after I made the bags, I didn't wrap anything yet. Don't get it twisted. That's another process. At least I put the 4 bags in a row. I mean, I did whole classrooms full of every season of gifts. So I had a class of 36 kids in Brooklyn, and in Staten Island, but in Brooklyn, I remember that being a lot. And I always bought gifts for them every season, and I would buy Oriental Trading little craft sets so that we could do a craft. So and somebody asked me, oh, how much money do you ask for the kids to give you? $1? And I was like, no, I don't ask for anything. I just buy it myself. Because a lot of times I was in a Title I school and they didn't have the extra money. So sometimes I would say, when I was single, divorced, paying exorbitant rent, $14.40 a month, and that was just the rent. Then I would say, if you could throw $1 my way, you guys are all going to be making such and such craft. And maybe out of 36 kids, I would get $3, $4. And it's all right. It doesn't matter. Because they're kids, and it was fun to do. And maybe they'll remember that. Maybe one of them will. I still remember doing crafts around Christmas and Easter with Mrs. Scafferty, my friend Margaret and Marianne's mom. And I went home. She would have these little balls, like styrofoam balls, and she would say, take this the sparkle thing, stick the needle in it, then stick it into the styrofoam. And I was like, wow, what is this called? And she said, it's called crafts. So I went home up the street, because we lived on the same street. They were from Brooklyn. And I went up the street and I said, Mom, this is real cool thing that Mrs. Scafferty taught me. I don't know where Susan was. Maybe she sat down. Susan was very artistic. Susan's artistic. and Christine are artistic. Both Susan, Christine artistic, and me in terms of like arts and crafts, things to do with coloring, painting. Christine used to do stained glass art. Anyhow, sorry, I'm saying a lot. So yeah, I said, Miss Scafferty taught us this new thing called crafts. Can we make crafts just like Mrs. Scafferty? She does it for Christmas, she does it for Easter, and I think she did it for Valentine's Day too. So my mother was like, I go, you don't know what that is? I didn't know what that was either, Mom. I never heard that word before. Not too bright. Okay. Anyway, because none of the teachers did it with us. Like, that's why I insisted on pushing crafts and buying stuff from Oriental Trading, because I had that fun, wonderful, heartwarming feeling when I did that with Mrs. Scafferty on her porch on Wyman Avenue. When I was like 7, 8, 9. And so my mom said, I'll never forget. She goes, no. I go, what do you mean no? She goes, no, we won't be doing that. I go, why not? Why can't we do crafts? Why can't you do crafts like Mrs. Scafferty? She goes, if you want to do, I don't have any extra money. Mrs. Scafferty has a husband. I don't. Obviously when they were divorced, and my mother had to go back to work, and she had 6 kids. So I didn't understand that as a kid, how big a mountain that is. I just understood my mom saying no to crafts. So I was like, when I get older, I'm gonna do crafts with my kids. And this is all before the 99-cent store. There weren't 99-cent stores when I was a kid. There literally weren't. There was Duane Reade. There was CVS. CVS is expensive. There weren't, like, maybe there was Oriental Trading. I don't even think so. But my mother didn't have the money to order, like, a big, huge box of crafts. So, we got construction paper, and we always had crayons, and she would say, and coloring books. But she didn't like when I colored out of the lines. Of course I always had to color out of the lines. And then my sister Christine would color so neatly. She would outline everything in a black crayon. Then she would color everything specifically in order. And it would be so neat because she has OCD. And Susan was pretty neat too. But my mother used to say, that's scribble scrabble. You got to do it neatly. And I was like, she would say, no, color this color. And I would be like, no, I want to color it that color. Always a rebel. Even back then, you know how I have to be. Got to be a rebel. Guys, don't panic. I'm just turning my car around to go into my house. Yeah, so I did the opposite of yesterday. Oh, pretty. You see it? It was Santa. I'm gonna definitely look up houses. I gotta find out what block this is, because it's literally the next block over. 1 second, guys. I'm not gonna announce it. Okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot to put my lights on. Yeah, so I mixed my steps up. I tried to think about how can I do something better, right? Because I was hearing a lot of negative talk, and I just figured it was myself, and I was getting better with the negative talk. When I say getting better, I mean I was talking more positive, or every time a bad thought would slip in, like you're a loser, you're fat, why don't you have a neat house since you've been off for several days? A lot of people are working and they still have to come home and clean their house and make dinner and blah, blah, blah. And they wrap presents. And why can't you do that, loser? And then I would tell myself, don't say that. Don't say that, because I had a migraine for 4 days. I still have it, but it's just like, it's in the background. It's in my neck area, so I'm trying not to panic because that just makes it worse. So this car is a hot mess. No, so I was doing better. Let me just turn this off. Just trying to think. I don't know why I think so well in my car, but I do. Okay. I was doing better in terms of like not putting myself down, and I was like, tomorrow's another day. Do a little bit. Maybe do one thing on your list. And the night I usually get a burst of energy, right? Then I realized the burst of energy wasn't coming. The headache was still staying. The feeling, a foreboding feeling, was staying with me. Even if I didn't put myself down, call myself, bad names, or the names that I heard, at a different time, because I do love myself, and but I'm not narcissistic. I found that out. I'm not narcissistic because a narcissist would never come on the air looking like how I do. Okay, well, I'm talking about my hair is dirty, no makeup on, big age spot showing. Of course, I have my makeup on, a little bit on, or a lot, because I sat in the car. After I did one thing, I gave myself a reward, right? And that's a good thing to do. My reward was sit in the parking lot after I went to one store to get what I needed to get, and then I was so happy that I got that thing done. I don't have everything done. I just found out that I left garlic bread in the trunk and it was frozen last night when I went food shopping. So I did do something yesterday. I went food shopping. Yeah, I can spend a lot of money, okay, on food. And I got 4 bottles of wine. So that's good for the holidays, or just for hold me over to next week. No, it's for the holidays. Or is it? But so I put my face on, I felt better. But a big thing with me is I said, I have to take my vitamins. When I go to school, I'm better with my vitamins, because as soon as I have a break or a prep, that's why it's so important for me to have a break when I'm at work, because then I take all of my vitamins. And there's a lot. There's 3 vegetable ones, that's 3 whole pills, then there's 3 fruits, then there's a vitamin D, and now my new thing is under the tongue, B12. I have a liquid B12. That made a big difference, because after I took them, it took me a long time to take them. It took me like 40 minutes to swallow all of them. But after I did that, I went into the guest room, because I have to be getting it ready for Thomas and his girlfriend. And I went in there, and there was boxes everywhere, and there's things everywhere. Not as big as the dining room, but, the room doesn't get used. I don't want anybody to use that room. Like Devin always tells me, why don't you have your art in that room? Then you could have everything in there. And I say, no, it's not a bad energy. It's the wrong energy. I don't feel creative in that room. I feel like that's the room for guests. That's the room for when my kids come to visit, or when my stepdaughter comes to visit, if she ever comes again to visit. She hasn't been here since 2016. And also, nobody has come from my family. So, don't take that as a shade, but that's the truth. So, but there's always hope. There's always hope, and there's always faith. So anyhow, I'm going to end this because my dog, I just realized he probably has to go out, because I've been gallivanting. But so I took the pills, I took my vitamins. Connor was making breakfast for himself, so he said, do you want breakfast? And I said, sure, if you're making it. So he made me a egg sandwich, I think using 2 eggs and cheddar cheese on rye toast. And he toasted it. It was really good. It was excellent. A lot of salt and pepper. And that helped me. And then yesterday I only had 1 cup of coffee because I went to go make the second one, but I was so distracted. I had such bad ADD that I never did. You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying. Anyhow. So having at least 2 cups of coffee, maybe 3, helps me. Having all my vitamins in me before 4 o'clock, before 3 o'clock, that gives me the energy, that spurt that I need. And then I just put something on my YouTube. You know, I put a YouTube video about Aaron Carter that I never saw. And I went to work in that room. Now, I didn't do everything. I didn't vacuum or clean, but I got rid of the boxes and I got the bedding so that I'm going to be going to, laundromat to clean all the blankets and the bedding so everything could be fresh bedding. Because it's pretty clean. It's just that I want the blankets to be fresh. And even if it's just 1 day stay or 2 day stay or 5 day stay, I want those blankets to be nice and fresh and clean and nice for him. But basically I have everything that I need to buy, I think. It's just that I think I'm going to throw the bread out because it was in my, it's still in my trunk. So that's a no-go. That was a waste. I was thinking about that bread too. Anyhow, so if you're feeling, so the dark energy, that's what I wanted to talk about. All right, guys, this might have to be continued because I feel like a dark energy. All right, let me just go. I'm throwing out my mascara that was in my car. Bella Butterfly told me that I shouldn't have makeup in the car because it dries out and gets bacteria. And so I never knew that, but she does hair and makeup, so I believe her. I definitely believe her. I'm trying to figure out what to bring in. Guys, I'll come back with the dark energy story, okay? If you want me to come back for it. Okay. Namaste, I love you. So my point was, if you're feeling blue, always try to talk to somebody, even if it's like 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Last night, I reached out and Kim Magical was magically awake, so she talked to me for a little while. But then I just talked to a couple of friends today, and they said I could have called them too. So I will do that, Zen-Jen. Forever Bella. Forever Bella, I always feel bad because she has like 5 jobs. And so I don't want to bother her and Callie. But anyhow, if you're feeling down and you're feeling the energy is scary and you're sad and you feel like you didn't accomplish what you wanted to accomplish and you're feeling like a loser, remember, you're not a loser. Okay? Your life matters and your health matters too. And so when you need to do it, just ask your angels and ask God to help you and to protect you and let Archangel Michael surround you and help you. I had to ask for the old Archangel Michael to come around me last night, and I'll tell you why a little bit later, okay? I gotta get some packages in, of course, and I gotta feed the dog and let him out, and then, yeah, and I didn't forget about you, Sagittarius, just not ready to do it, okay? That I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna be honest, I'll do it when I feel like doing it, and nobody's really asking for it. I think I just imagined it. Okay, I just imagined people were like, hey, where's the Saggy Wadgy video? You know what? There's a whole bunch of Saggy Wadgy videos out there, so go watch them. This psychic can't do it right now, okay? But yeah, so I got to one store. I cleaned out the first level that I'm cleaning out in the guest room, and I have all the gluten-free stuff that I need. I totally have that, and then I just need to shop for what the main meal is for us. And yeah, it's just I feel good about it. Do I still have to wrap? Of course. Wrapping probably will be me the day before Christmas Eve. That's what yeah. So we have some time, right? We're good. All right, namaste, everybody. I love you. So believe in yourself. Every time you try to put yourself down, or you hear a little voice telling you, you're stupid, or you should have called that person, or you should have did this, you should have did that, just say, yeah, I am a human being, and maybe I'll call them later. Maybe I will call them tomorrow, or call them in 10 minutes, whatever, and just go with that, and just say no to listening to the negative self-talk. And because if you do a lot of negative self-talk, guess what you open yourself to? That conversation that we're going to have later about the dark energy. Okay. Hey, what did you say to Adam? Remember that. What did you tell Adam? I told Adam everything. Some of you know what I mean. Okay. Namaste, everybody. Some of you are like, what?